For those who just tuned in, we are talking about the retail season right here on Econichat Let's Talk Business with Mr. Daniel Steinman. Before we went on the short break, Mr. Daniel Steinman did give us quite good examples of what retail is, but also I wouldn't want to use the term categorize retail.
What it is not.
Okay, so let's touch on why or the role retail plays in the economy, or why is it so important in the economy?
Okay, Elsaby, I think the listeners will boycott you and I.
Okay. Why would they do that?
They will say, isn't it fairly obvious why it's important? We have to eat every day. No, okay. From all the definitions about the spectrum of trade, where stuff can be bought and sold, regardless of whatever it is, it is now clear that we're talking about the sort of the day-to-day stuff. That is included in economics under retail, and services, the money you pay the municipality to clean your bin is not included. Cars excluded, automotive, transport, but jewelry included. Hardware included. So you have to have a bit of a wider view on it, but I call it day-to-day stuff because it's stuff that you need frequently.
Yep.
Whether it's a screwdriver or whether it's a box of wheat picks or a can of milk, sugar, you need it every day.
Yeah.
Now, you will probably not believe this, but that category retail that falls under the definition as applied in economics, that contributes about 13% to GDP.
Which is a lot.
Can you believe it? Now, 13% is more or less the same statistical value as mining. So what you and I buy in the supermarket every day is to the economy on exactly the same hierarchical level of importance as the big uranium mines and the gold mines and the zinc mines and all the mines together. Do you see where we're going with this whole thing about retail? It is important in more than one sense. It's important because people need it. It's not something that it's not discretionary. You can't negotiate it. You can wait for the specials, but you have to do it, You have to buy the stuff
There's
that
a
you
need for
to
it.
live. And it's not only what you eat, it's what you need in your house or in your flat or whatever, excluding transport, excluding education, excluding health, medicine, medical services. But all of that together from all 3 million Namibians is exactly the same input into the economy as all the mines together. And that is an eye-opener. Because now you start seeing that, now remember, the stuff that we mine in the mines is not sold in Namibia. It's really irrelevant what the price is. The price only determines the profitability of the mining company. But it doesn't, except for the 8,000 people who work in the mining industry, they earn their salaries there. But how many people contribute to retail? 2.5 million? Do you see? Or maybe 3 Do you see million. The implication? The role of retail for the economy is on the same level as mining, but it affects so many millions more people. So it becomes very, very important, And what I said, that retail is the reading on retail is what an economist need to gauge the health of the economy. And why is that? Because it is a couple of million people put together. They create this direct or this category, retail. But everybody is affected by it. So if the statistics are lagging and it shows you that retail is battling, now I'm talking about the economic sector, if shops do not post the results that you would expect, or if the results are disappointing, what does it tell you? The consumer is suffering. the consumer is having a hard time.
Yeah.
And this is exactly where we are. We sit, it's explainable, but it's a weird anomaly. We sit with this fantastic statistics on the economy for the last 2 years. You can't actually believe it that the economy grew so well, but remember, I've explained to you in the past, it's because we come from low down on the ladder. We really fell off all the way right to the bottom. So we're slowly crawling out of this hole. So statistically, it looks very good. But if you look at retail, you don't see that same growth.
Yeah.
What does it tell you? It tells you the man in the street does not have spare cash. He's living hand na die tand. You know, what he earns is gone. There's nothing to save. And it's even gone before the end of the month. And that's the reality. That's why I talk about the cost of living crisis. Not just the cost of living, academic this or that, or hey, did you hear? It's not Jannie and Gertjie, they're not doing so well. This is affecting everybody. And you see it clearly reflected in the statistics on retail.
And on that one, let's quickly go for a short break. Once we come back, we will then talk about public holidays. We'll also quickly touch on Christmas versus Easter, but also look at what is it important to have public holidays while we are
not
dealing
at all.
with okay, there you have your answer, but we'll get into more detail after the short break.